Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome in Josephine County District Attorney Ryan Mulkins. Ryan, good to see you again. How are you today?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you've been in the position a little over a year now, but you've been in the department a better part of a decade. How many years now?
I've been with the office for 9 years. I was appointed by Governor Kitzhaber as the DA a little over a year ago, but my first 8 years in the office, I was a deputy.
Okay, what type of cases did you handle in the department?
For 7 of the 8 years that I was a deputy, I was responsible for prosecuting all the crimes involving child physical and sexual abuse and adult sexual assault.
Okay, and how many deputy DAs do you guys have now, and how many did you have maybe when you first started there?
Right now, we currently have 9. That's actually up from previous years because we got a renewal of federal timber payments. Josephine County did the year before last, and we've also aggressively sought out state and federal grants that we've been able to use to increase staffing in the DA's office. So currently we're at 9. Years past, we had been as high as 9, but most of that time we were at a number less than that.
Okay, and there's obviously a lot of talk regarding public safety in Josephine County, from the 4 levies that have been attempted and been rejected by voters to the lack of numerous deputies on the roads of Josephine County. What is the current state of public safety in the county, in your opinion?
Currently, the Grants Pass Police Department is a healthy, functioning agency. They're doing great work. My office is at a full staffing level for the number of law enforcement officers we have out in our county now. If the sheriff's office, which is underfunded, was able to provide 24/7 rural patrols, they would be referring more criminal cases to my office, and I would need more deputies to prosecute those additional crimes being referred. So my agency, the DA's office, and the city PD, we're both doing pretty well currently. The sheriff's office, however, as is well known, is underfunded. They're not able to provide 24/7 rural patrols to the citizens, so we've got citizens who could be victims of crime and are not getting a response from law enforcement in rural Josephine County, unfortunately.
Okay, and so as I understand it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the fiscal cliff is sitting next summer. It's July of 17. That's when this current round of federal timber payments runs out. Obviously, we don't know. There's a possibility of those being renewed, but right now you're not counting on that fact. I'm
not counting on that, and the last shot of federal timber money is set to run out in July of 2017. If the county doesn't get some other source of revenue before then law enforcement in Josephine County is going to face significant cuts, both the sheriff's office and my office.
Okay, and you're part, as the DA, you're part of this public safety committee that met, and we reported, I believe it was last week, could have been the week before now, but you guys are reporting to the commissioners or you guys already voted that there is an emergency? Yeah, well,
the district attorney is a member of the county local public safety coordinating council. The council is made up of people department heads who are involved in public safety in Josephine County, including the sheriff, our presiding judge, the head public defender in our county, the head of public health, for example. The commissioners asked us to meet to discuss whether or not Josephine County currently was or imminently would be in a public safety fiscal emergency. The council voted that yes, we do believe the county currently is or imminently will be in a state of public safety fiscal emergency, and I think that's based off the fact that we all know that we've got that fiscal cliff coming in July of 2017, and if the county doesn't get some additional source of revenue, be it a renewal of the federal timber payments or money from some other source, then law enforcement is going to see drastic cuts. I've heard there's potential from the sheriff that if funding isn't increased in July 2017, he might have to close the jail. That would be a terrible blow to public safety. A healthy public safety system must have a functioning jail, and if we were to lose our jail, that would not be good.
Okay, all right. Certainly, it's something we did see a lot of releases in years past, and you were obviously in the DA's office at the time. I was. Yeah. You saw those, and did those have an effect on the community in your opinion?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's my understanding that in July of 2017, without some additional funding source for the county, we could face similar cuts to what we saw in July of 2012. At that time, the jail population was drastically reduced. There was a mass release of inmates in the jail that even, I think, made the front of the New York Times. So it's my understanding that if the county doesn't get some additional funding before July of 2017, we could face cuts like we did in 2012. The district attorney's office was drastically cut in July of 2012. We were reduced to 5 attorneys and 5 support staff. If we don't get additional funding for the county, my office again in July of 2017 could be reduced to 5 attorneys or less and 5 support staff or less. And that obviously is going to mean a reduction in the ability of crime that we're able to prosecute.
Okay. Well, we certainly know how busy you are. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
Bedford and
thanks a
taking the
lot.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.